Evening Instagram. Happy Tuesday. If you are catching the replay, I want to thank you for catching the replay. Today, one second, I'm going to make sure I pin in the topic. There we go. So today we are talking about the number one reason that you may find the struggle to be real when it comes to developing healthy habits. I know it's been a few days since I came live, but if you didn't see the new schedule, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. I will be coming live to teach and share my experiences with you all. Thank you so much for joining. If you're joining live in the replay, please tell me your name and where you're joining from. So I see we have Melissa and we have Natural Beauty. Tell me your name, Natural Beauty, and where you're joining from. Melissa, where are you joining from? Hey, is that Christina? Christina! Hey girl, joining from Virginia. Y'all, that is one of my early childhood great friends. Yes, girl. When I leaned in and looked at your picture, I was like, Christina. Thank you for joining. So I won't be before you all long. Like I said, I will be going live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. And this week we are talking about habits. Some people look at habits as changing, improving. However you look at habits, that's what we're talking about today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So today's topic is the number one reason the struggle is real when it comes to developing healthy habits. And that number one reason is too much is being done at one time. Also known as there's no solid plan. And when I create lifestyle plans for my customers and my clients, they're always custom because at the end of the day, there are no two bodies alike. So I believe that everyone needs a lifestyle plan that will fit their lifestyle. Looking at your current habits, looking at the goal that you set for yourself and what needs to be adjusted so that you can reach that goal. And so, like I said, that the number one reason the struggle is real oftentimes is we are doing too much at one time. And I'm not sure if you saw my post earlier today, but I said in so many words, like, we're not stressed out because we have so much to do with a little bit of time. We're stressed out because we're not finishing what we started. And, you know, we start one thing and then it doesn't manifest as we wish it will when we set that time frame, and so then we stop doing that and we do something else. Another thing that I see is when you're doing so many new things at one time, it's hard to measure what is working and what isn't working. So it's important to what I call set SMART goals. Many of you may have already heard the acronym and what it means. But at MBundy Consulting, the S does stand for specific. Like, you want to be very specific when you're setting new goals for yourself. And that's in any area of your life, not necessarily weight loss or eating healthy, but any goal. Whether you're looking to change a career, you're looking, to connect with a positive group of women. Like, those are things that you set goals to do. And so you want to be very specific. Like saying, I want to connect with a positive group of women is very vague because there are several groups of positive women. But what specifically would you be looking for in a group of positive women? Are you looking for a group of women who are professionals and they work a 9 to 5? Or a group of women who are entrepreneurs and they only have a business? Or are you looking for a group of positive women, or as some people say, boss babe, boss chicks, who are professionals, but they also have a business or a side hustle that they do in addition to their professional career? So you have to be very specific. And what it is that you hope to get when you're setting your goal. So that's S, is be specific. And then M here in MBundy Consulting, it has two meanings. So it's S.M.A.R.T and not S.M.A.R.T. So the first M is measurable. Like, you want to make sure that the things that you are doing, you're able to look back and say, okay, this worked, and I know it worked because I did this specific action and I started to notice changes. Or I started to, say you have a physical goal where you are exercising, you're starting out with strength training, and it's hard as I don't know what starting out. And it being measurable is looking at how you feel after 14 days, after 21 days, or after 30 days, or you give yourself a longer time frame, but you just want to make sure that what you are doing and the goal that you're setting for yourself is measurable. I met with a client last Tuesday, and we did some goal setting, and we set a goal for the whole month where we'll be working together, but then we also set a goal for the first week. So that's measurable. When we look back at the end of 30 days, we can say, well, in the first week we did this, and this was the outcome. We were able to measure what happened based on the one thing that we focused on for that first week. Versus, okay, this is the goal for the month, and we're going to do 5 different things the first week. And then when we look back, it's hard to determine what really worked because we changed so much at one time. So I like to focus on 1 or 2 areas with my one-on-one clients so that we can make sure we are making true progress. Make sure that we're being intentional. So that first M in my SMART goal acronym is measurable. The second M is motivational, okay? So you want to make sure that your goal motivates you. If you say a goal for yourself and you automatically start to feel overwhelmed, we have a problem. I'm just being honest with you. Like, I always, and you may have heard me say this before, but when you set a goal, like, it should motivate you. And I'm sure you've heard that saying, if you're not where you want to be, like, that should be all the motivation that you need. But I think that I get where the person was coming from when they said that. Hey, Wendy, I get what the person was, where they were coming from when they said that. But at the same time, like, some people have goals that are overwhelming, frustrating, and discouraging. I know, I've been there. So a tip that I always like to share is when you're setting your goal, make sure that the goal motivates you by adding how you wish to feel once you reach that goal. So it goes from, I want to be able to eat healthy, to, I want to be able to eat healthier so that I can have clear skin. My clothes fit me differently. I have I have more energy. I have a more clear mindset. Like, I'm able to think more clearly and focus more throughout the day. Like, do you all see that transformation from that very vague, I just want to eat healthy, to I want to eat healthy because, and then inserting a feeling. And the reason I find that to be very important is because when you reach that goal and you have more energy, if we're talking about eating healthy, you have more energy, your clothes fit so much better, you're able to focus, you start to see your skin glowing. When you reach that goal, guess what? You're not going to want to go back to eating fried foods every day, or drinking soda every time you think, I'm thirsty, let me get some soda. Like, you're not going to want to revert back to those old habits because you're going to remember, one, the hard work that you've done to get to where you got and you felt so great. And you're going to want to continue to feel so great. So the 2 M's in SMART, because there are 2 M's, is measurable and motivational, okay? And so then the A is going to be actionable. You want to make sure that your goal, if something happens and you just totally forget what needs to be done, your goal should remind you. Just like that. Your goal should remind you. Whether you have one specific goal that you're working on for the week or you have one specific goal that you're working on for the day, your goal should have an action item in it. So like the example that I just used is, I am going to eat healthier so that I can have more energy, feel better in my own skin. My clothes fit me differently. My skin is glowing. The action item is, I'm going to eat healthier. So an example of a goal that doesn't have an action item would be, I want to feel better in the clothes that I wear, or I want to see, my skin glowing more clear. There is no action item. You have the end result there, but you don't say what you're going to do to get there. So I hope that makes sense. If y'all are loving this live stream today, please tap the hearts. Thank you for joining live. If you're catching the replay, thank you for catching the replay. Very quick before I move on to the R&T for SMART goals. If you don't know who I am, my name is Monica Bundy. I'm the lifestyle strategist who collaborates with busy professionals to help you understand why our health is our wealth and personal development is the glue that keeps our lifestyles together. If you would like to connect with me after this live, I invite you to do so. I love connecting with my followers and assisting you however I can to help you stress less and live more. You can click the link in my bio, or you can click the message button and just DM me, and then we can go from there. So right now we're talking about the number one reason the struggle is real when it comes to developing healthier habits. And that number one reason that I shared at the beginning of this live stream is oftentimes people are changing too much at one time with no real solid plan. And that's why I'm breaking down our acronym here at MBundy Consulting to what SMART goals mean to us. And as I stated, our SMART has 2 M's. So the first was S for specific. You want your goal to be specific. The first M is going to be measurable. You want to make sure that you're able to measure what works and what doesn't work while you're working towards the plan. And you want to make sure that your goal motivates you. Oftentimes people set goals and it's discouraging, overwhelming, frustrating, and you don't start. So the flip side to doing everything at one time is doing nothing at all. So we want to make sure that we are working towards our goal intentionally. So the R for SMART goals is realistic. So, for example, you are financially stressed and you know that an additional $500 will decrease the stress levels that you are currently experiencing financially, right? So $500 extra a month is definitely something that any of us could do. Whether you start a side hustle, whether you download Poshmark and you sell clothing, handbags, shoes that you no longer wear, or you take things that you no longer wear to the consignment shop, like, it's possible to make an additional $500 a month. But let's look at the unrealistic perspective of it, and you say, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of getting paid and paying my bills and not having anything for myself. I know how that feels because I've been there, and that's how I got to where I am today. I was looking for a solution. I found a solution, and then I realized that my community needed more. Busy professionals needed more than just a product, more than just opportunity. Like, they needed they needed knowledge, support, and true empowerment. So I've been there. I know how it feels. So you're like, okay, I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I just got paid. I paid my bills. If I could just hit the lottery, everything would be fine. Well, I understand that you are a risk taker and you believe in luck, but you are more likely to make that additional $500 than hitting the lottery. I'm being honest with y'all. Like, I'm not here to set any false expectations. I'm not gonna say, yes, mogul maker, like, okay, if you want to make additional $200,000 this month, go play the lottery. I'm not gonna do that. Now, if you choose to do that, then that's up to you. But also, like, do something that you have control over. Ultimately, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you want to fix a situation, set a realistic goal, one that you have control over. So, me playing the lottery or you playing the lottery, like, the only piece of control we have over that is going to the store and giving them our slip and our money. Now, on the flip side, we're working on increasing our income a month by $500, and we like nice handbags. Well, we can put a couple of those handbags on Poshmark and start to increase our income. Or if you have, like my business consultant, Bianca Shelley Robinson at Kate & Case Consulting, like she always say, utilize your skill. If you have something that you are very, very, very good at and people constantly come to you and ask you for suggestions or ask you to do this for them, like maybe resume writing or like reading over their papers, whatever it may be. Like if you have something that you're very, very good at and people constantly come to you for it, monetize it. Your gifts were given to you to be of service to other people. So I don't believe, it's 2018, I don't believe any of us should be living paycheck to paycheck. Regardless of, like, there are too many legal ways to increase our income. So make sure that your goal is realistic, okay? If you all are finding this helpful, don't forget to keep clicking the hearts for me. Show me some love. And if you're catching the replay, thank you for catching the replay. The comments will stay on in the replay. Feel free to message me to share any feedback. I welcome all feedback, okay? So we just went over the R in SMART goals. And then last but not least, we have the T, which is timely. So I have two views on this. My first view is when we set goals for ourselves, we want to put a timestamp on it to hold ourselves accountable. So one of the examples I used earlier was I'm going to eat healthy so that I can feel good in my clothes. My clothes fit me better. My skin is glowing. I have more energy. I'm able to focus throughout the day. I'm not tired when 3 p.m. rolls around. So making that goal timely would be, I'm going to eat healthier for the next 30 days so that I can. And then insert those feelings that you wish to feel. So you know that after 30 days, one, you celebrate. Small wins, large wins, you celebrate that you've eaten clean and healthy for 30 days. The next thing is you are able to track how long you've been doing it. So say, for example, your goal is weight loss. You've been eating healthier for a month, 30 days, and the scale hasn't changed. So you know, okay, I've been eating healthier for 30 days, but my clothes fit better. My skin is glowing. I'm happier. Like, I just feel different. Well, you put that timestamp on there so that you could hold yourself accountable. Continue to do something consecutive for a specific amount of days. Okay? So you want to make sure your goal is timely. Now, I said I have two perspectives on that. So my other perspective goes back into the number one reason the struggle is real when it comes to developing healthy habits. And my other perspective for the timely goal is sometimes you have to keep going. Like, setting that goal to eat healthier for 30 days doesn't necessarily mean, okay, when you get to the 31st day, you go back to eating how you was eating beforehand. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if you've been doing it for 30 days, you feel different, but the number on the scale didn't change. So guess what? You continue to eat healthier, because sometimes it does take more than what we plan for. I hope that makes sense. So I did a live stream a few weeks ago, and I talked about how long it takes to develop a healthy habit. And one of the things that I shared was how much you enjoy what you're doing, and your attitude and your mindset towards what you're doing has a huge effect on the results and the outcome. It's true. So you want to make sure that you're setting SMART goals. And let's go ahead and recap. The number one reason the struggle is real when it comes to developing healthier habits is because most of the time we are trying to change too much at one time with no real plan. And so that's why I broke down what SMART with 2 M's means over here in MBundy Consulting. So you want to make sure that your goals are specific, measurable, motivating, actionable, realistic, and timely. Okay? I have my notepad, but I didn't even really write this content down tonight because I knew what I wanted to share with y'all. So I hope you found this helpful. Do you all have any questions for me? If you do, I can answer a few right quick. If not, then I will be ending the live stream, and then I'll be back tomorrow. And I know what I want to talk about tomorrow, but I haven't given it a title. But I will post it in the stories early tomorrow afternoon to give everyone a heads up. So make sure that you are watching the stories. And also, if you have friends who you know would love to live their best life, or as I like to call it, stress less and live more, tag them on the page, on a picture or a post, so that they can see us and follow us and be encouraged, empowered, educated, and supported on their journey. Because I know it's not easy getting started, and it's definitely not easy continuing, and that's why it's important that we have one another so that we can decrease the stress levels. Again, for those of you who may have just joined, if you don't know who I am, my name is Monica Bundy. I'm the lifestyle strategist who collaborates with busy professionals, and I help you understand why our health is our wealth and why personal development is the glue that holds our lifestyles together. So it doesn't look like we have any questions tonight. Again, I will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. So if you enjoyed this live, thank you. If you're catching the replay, thank you for catching the replay. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all for sharing your time with me this evening. I am going to be gone now. So see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST. Bye.